know some of the same people, and by I mean know the same people, we just know DB. It's 11 o'clock on Sunday. Come with me while we go get groceries, and then we will meal prep for the next week and a half, because I'm trying to be more responsible. Okay, so I got off at slightly the wrong bus stop. I needed one more. Then also, we were stuck on the bus for a good bit because there's something going on. Stopped for like a good 10 minutes, I think. Don't know what was going on. Looks like some race or event, but was not fully sure. Okay, so I wasn't able to get everything I needed, but I was able to get a good chunk of the stuff. So I'll just swing by the other grocery store to get the last little bits of things. Okay, so I am back in my apartment. I'm trying out my new stand. So I'll show you guys what I have gotten so far in my groceries. Like I said, there's a few things that I didn't get, and one thing that I didn't put on my list that I was like, oh, I thought I was going to remember it. I obviously didn't, but let's get to it. So I have got celery. Mostly I'm planning on just chopping this up and having it so I can have snacks. I keep on telling myself I'll do it, and then I have the time to do it, half the time I don't. Also, so I can put it in things like ramen if I want. Now we're on to the potatoes. The first one is the zucchini. Holding it like this because it's got rice on it. I guess we probably have got rice on it. So that got me. I knew, for example, cucumbers do, because cucumbers all the time grind. But yeah, some ground beef. I think it's ground beef. There was a picture of a cow next to it. So got that for my pasta that I was gonna make. Another bag this time is a couple of onions. These are some of the larger onions you can find. Kind of. I'm used to the massive ones that have in the US. Okay. And then we got some eggs, which I'll just put in. Oh, I never actually checked these. I was so tired. Oh, the brown eggs too. Get a little extra. Whoops. Although honestly, this was only about 33 euros, so that wasn't too bad. And then some diced tomatoes. So that's in the first bag. So I'm gonna put all of this stuff away, and then I'll show you guys the second bag. Okay, now I'm on to the second bag. So the first thing, this is going to be with the chili I'm making, is the bacon, because I want to cook up some bacon. The recipe is vegetarian, and I like vegetarian, but I kind of want to get back into cooking a little bit more meat, just to add something to it. The radishes, again, mostly for my ramen, also just snacks generally. The radishes here are less peppery and spicy as they are in the US, which I do like. I do appreciate. Tomato paste for the for the chili, and then we've got peanut butter. When I was actually on a walking tour at Ghent one time, or the only time I've done it, and there was a woman who used to work for Jif in Lexington. She was a chemical engineering major out of University of Kentucky, which was just kind of oh my gosh, I did my PhD there in the materials department, so we know some of the same people, and by I mean know the same people, we just know DB. Because DB has been around for forever, and she was about 20 years older than me, so or she'd graduated about 20 years before, so yeah, that's why I could only bring up DB. Pre-prepared pasta sauce, just so I can add it in the zucchini, and then some onion and the ground beef, so I can just bulk it up a little bit. I needed onion powder, and also the recipe called for garlic powder for the chili, but I couldn't find it. At least I think that's onion powder. It could be garlic powder. It's some sort of powder. I'm still figuring out my Dutch. Spaghetti, just basic spaghetti. And then the last thing I picked up, so I wanted to try this beer. I've seen this one around a lot. This is something like this brand is something you can get in the United States, but I've never tried their like holiday one. And like one of my favorite beers back in the US is Dad's from Rheingeist, and it's a holiday drink. So I was thinking maybe this will be similar, or maybe I'll like it a lot because I like those kind of notes. Off to finish off the last little bit of the groceries, and then we're done for the day. Not really, gotta cook. Okay, so I'm back from my second round of groceries to get the last little bit of stuff. First things first, more bulldog ramen because I like to keep this on hand pretty much at all times. It's just easy and it is a full meal for me. Next thing, and this is just so I have stuff for breakfast in the morning that's like a little bit cleaner. And when I mean cleaner, I mean I don't have to do the dishes as much. Got some cereal. I think this is like a Crave version, but they're like generic version of it. Because I got cereal, I also ended up picking up more milk because also I want to make some hot chocolate that I've got. So like all of those things together means that like I'm gonna use more milk than I have been in the past like week. So picked up more. For the recipe, they called for like diced green peppers. Could not find it, so I'm using just jalapenos instead. I'm just hoping that works with a combination of that plus some of these mini bell peppers that I just plan to chop up. And then the last thing for that dish, sweet potatoes. Forgot to bring some of the other bags I had, so like I just had to buy the bigger box. And in this case, like I'm only probably going to use 2 of them, and I'll figure out another recipe before I leave to use up the rest because I'm leaving soon. Other things I picked up is bread. And the last thing, and you'll see it in other videos, is I'm planning on doing like a whole gluten-free kind of review of the area for a friend's birthday. And so I picked up a gluten-free cake from the store to try as part of everything. Tiny knife, very tiny knife, but yeah. Like this is just what they give me. I will get knives when I move, but this just, I don't need to move with more things right now. You know, I never ate zucchini growing up, but since I've gotten HelloFresh, I have eaten it a lot more. It was just never something we did, and like we never grew zucchini because I mean it's always the joke of like one person in the neighborhood could have zucchini because otherwise it will just be like everywhere because it's just prolific. Okay, so while I am starting to cook, I opened up this beer to try it, so let's try it here. Ooh, I like it. It also kind of, it's not exactly like Dad's, but it's very good. It's a Belgian winter beer. Like I said, my Dutch is not that great. Like, I have no understanding of the grammar, but I can typically guess at least some things because Dutch is pretty similar to English. Or really probably English just got a lot of things from Dutch. So yeah, I am gonna sip on this while I cook just to kind of enjoy not a lazy Sunday, but like an easygoing Sunday. About to chop up the onion. Wish me luck, because as y'all know, I get teary-eyed pretty easily with onions, and the last time I cooked with onions, oh man, was I crying so much. But also, I think it was only with like one of the onions I teared up a lot, so maybe it was the other one, because this one I'd bought a different time, so like, who knows? Because yeah, like it's not easy. And also I know this is not the best spacing, but like also I don't have like a lot of space in this kitchen. I mean, I'm not gonna have a lot of space in the other place either, and I need to talk to those roommates to see if they're even okay with me recording in common spaces or not. And I will respect whatever decision they say, because like it's their house too. Who knows, maybe they'll be totally okay with it and I'll have new people on, but maybe they aren't at all, and that is completely their prerogative. Okay, so that's all of the onion, and now I just need to do the garlic, and then I'm done with chopping. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of mess back there, but it's still better than it was last time I recorded. I've now got stuff on the cooktop. Both I'm cooking, like sweating the onions a bit, and then also cooking up the zucchini in just the 2 pans that I have. So as y'all can see, I've been cooking in both options. Like, you can cook even when you don't have a lot of space, but y'all have already seen me do this. This one is a little bit more limited because I don't even have an oven, but yeah. Okay, so the zucchini is coming along. It's cooking up. The pan is a little bit small, but that's just kind of the nature of what this place had. And then I also added in the garlic, cooked it for like a minute until it was fragrant, trying not to overcook it, and then I added in the beef, so I'm letting that start to cook. I'm going to add some seasonings to the beef as it's cooking, and we'll go from there. Okay, now I'm adding in the pasta sauce, and we'll be ready to go. It'll just cook for a little bit. The meat has turned whatever color it's gonna turn. Honestly, that's the thing in Belgium, is you just don't ask about the meat ever. Like, them and Cincinnati would get along super well. Honestly, like, I think they would love Geta. Maybe I should try to make Geta. I may try to make Geta because I do see oats on occasion here, so that may work out. Okay, so I added the pasta sauce and the burner turned off. And I'm just gonna cook it down a little bit because it was the pasta sauce and water to get the rest of it. So cook it down a bit, let it cool, and then I'll put the rest in the fridge. It's bubbling! So I'm just gonna let it keep cooking down a little bit more, and then once it's cooked down to kind of a point that I'd like, I will then let it cool and we will put it in the fridge. Okay, so since the stovetop just turned off, I'm gonna put this on the other burner, which is a little bit cooler, and I think it's cooked down enough. Okay, so I started chopping up the onions and garlic for the next dish. Like, I didn't feel like I needed to record it. That onion was a watery one. Oh man, I'm like right now trying to blink out like away the tear so it doesn't actually hit. Oh, it's not fun. Okay, so I have started dishing up the pasta sauce. It is still, like, the steam is still rolling off both of them, but like, it's been a while. In a little bit, I will start on the next thing, but I'm just like trying to get everything to cool down. It's taking forever. Like, that's something I've weirdly noticed here, is it takes a lot longer for things to like cool down when I'm cooking them actually. Okay, so that soup is done. And then this soup, and I'm just kind of, it's not soup, it's a sauce, but I'm letting that cool down a little bit more, and then I'll put it in the fridge. Okay, so I have peeled the sweet potatoes, and now I'm gonna chop them up, and I have the big knife now because I think that'll be easier, and I'm just gonna dice it so it's a little bit. The only reason I peeled it is because like there was a lot of like dirt on these, so it was just easier to chop, to peel and go from there. Okay, so the onions are starting to cook again. I just keep on cooking onions. But let's be honest, that is the base of most good cooking, is the onions. And then I'll add in a little bit of garlic in a bit that I have in a random Philadelphia container that I like, I'm just storing whatever. And then we'll start to get everything else to make the chili because, yeah, I'd had the black beans for the chili from something else, but instead it's like, I'm not gonna have the energy to cook it, so might as well meal prep and have the chili. Like I said, have the pasta also, because like I realized I need some sort of like variety when I'm eating. I cannot eat the same, I struggle eating the same thing like every single day, so oh well. Okay, so this was a bit of a crunch period. I added in the black beans, sweet potatoes, chopped up some of the bell pepper that I showed, added in water and some bouillon cubes. I decided instead of like having it boil to add the bouillon cubes, we'll just put it in there, as well as some of those like jalapenos. As you can see, I didn't put it in the entire jar because like I don't like pickled jalapenos that much or jarred jalapenos that much, but like I know I want that spice. Because also I don't have chili powder. The most I had was cumin and paprika. And then the tomato paste and whatnot, and some diced tomatoes. So it should be all good. And now I just need to let it like cook for 30 minutes. So there will probably be a time lapse of all of the times I have to hit the keep going on the stovetop. But that is how this place works. I mean, it's worked out in some ways. I haven't burned anything, so that's good. Okay, I think at this point it's almost done. I'm just gonna let it cook for the like last iteration of however long the stovetop is gonna stay on, and then let it cool with the like lid on and call it good for cooking today. So after quite some time, this is what the soup looks like. The sweet potatoes have been fully cooked through, which was the biggest thing. Yeah, I am kind of impressed by this. It's got a lot of steam coming off of it. I've just been letting it sit covered. Also making sure the burner is, even though the cooktop has been off for quite some time, but I'm just gonna let that with the cover off just like cool down for a bit before I put it in the fridge. Already eaten dinner. I just ordered because I was like, I just don't want to even think about trying to cook more because that also means more dishes for me because I got to do that afterwards. Okay, so it is the next day. I have a lot of food that I cooked up, and I'm about to eat one of them, as you can see here. I've got the chili with a little bit of cheese on there. I did the cheese because I don't have sour cream. I didn't feel like buying sour cream just for right now. So I have an alternative. It's just like those Laughing Cow cheese wedges. I need to pick up more actually because I use them so much. They are a very versatile cheese, honestly. But I'm excited. I also was just very proud of myself. I did not eat out at all today or buy anything. The only thing I bought was something that was like a thing I needed for some like immigration stuff, but like, yeah, that's a whole other thing. I will talk about it at some point. But yeah, I am just here enjoying my dinner. I'm gonna finish up my beer, maybe have another one because those are so good. I wish they came in like a 6-pack instead, like slightly smaller, but in a 6-pack. So yeah. Editing Obi here. I thought I'd recorded a video of me eating the stew the next day. Or the chili, really. Editing Obi again, I actually found the clip, and I've actually gone through a lot of the food there. It's actually been quite good, and I've been pretty responsible, all things considered, on eating at home pretty much the entire time, which I'm very, very proud of. And I hope you guys like it, and will try out the recipes. The trick that I use with the chili is I actually already have those Laughing Cow wedges, and I eat that. Instead of sour cream because I don't keep sour cream in the house because I'd only be using it for chili, but I use the Laughing Cow cheese a lot more. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!